Someone have entered one of these type of places before? I know, what a way to start the video, huh? But let me tell you something. Before the revolutions of technology affects the world, kids from back then, they have to go these type of places. The arcade games back in the 90s, to this day they are still present, not to mention in Japan that it has an incredible section of games, but the classic of the classics will be always with us. And I'm talking about dancing games, the STEM mania kind types, I have to admit that I am not an athletic person, but whenever I see these machines, it really makes me want to play the game, either by myself or with some friends. Considering that there are pro players who have mastered this type of dance techniques that make me react like, whoa! So, what is the best moment to talk about Dance Dance Revolution 5? I must say that I played this with the keyboard. I know what you're gonna say, but listen, I don't care. Of course, the experience is simply not the same if you do not have these dance mats in your house. But I don't have any, so what can I do? You can also play it with a generic controller. But no, don't. It's uncomfortable and not worth it. At least in my opinion, you can try either way. I won't judge. I must say that it was also my first rhythm game of the franchise. I never got the original disc, but when I was in high school, I saw the ISO and downloaded it. And the next thing is spending the whole month playing this thing at night when I have nothing to do except to be depressed and boring life. So let's get started on this game. Are you ready? Because this is
Dance Dance Revolution!
The first thing we see is Japanese letters. Apparently this game was only in Japan. It is not coincidence that there are certain privileges in certain regions of the world, so translating a game exclusive from that region, at least before, it was inevitable. What surprised me is that at this point there is no English patch, at least in 2022. But you get used to it. Remember guys, the circle is yes and the X is no. Not like in Western regions, which is the other way around. And we see the start menu of the game with a classic announcement.
Dance, dance!
Yeah, you know that. If you don't press anything, you're gonna have a little infinite loop of characters where they teach you an introduction on how to play the game. And a display as a pairing game mode, which you can see the first player and the second player characters. You press start and you will see this long menu. I try to dial it as easy as possible for you guys. We have game mode, diet mode, lesson mode, training mode, edit mode, the data bank, the arcade link, records from the game options, the gallery mode, and finally the information mode. I think the three options are self-explanatory. In the game mode is your typical game, where you can choose from 3 to 5 songs, depending on what you have put in the game options. And you see the menu with all the songs available at the moment. You can also choose the type of game, either single mode, couple mode, or playing double mat, for those who want the challenge. The diet mode, I suppose, is from those who need exercise or with weight problem. This mode is similar to the game mode, but instead of measuring by score, this one measures you by how much calories you lose during the whole song. Lesson mode is what it sounds like. You will have 3 sections, and each one will have a level difficulty that in the end is to teach you how to play this type of games. If it's your first time playing it, of course. From the most basic things like putting your foot on the arrow mentioned on the screen, to the position of steps and rhythms. The training mode is just that. It's a mini area to train your favorite songs without having to re-enter as to finish a game in game mode. Edit mode is... do your original games? I have never really understood how to use it. But if you feel the game is easy, you can change it using an original template with an existing song. The data bank is a section where you will be able to see not only the songs on the disc, but also from the other Dance Dance Revolution games that have come out on the PlayStation. In case that you catch a song of your like, you can search it from here. I imagine the arcade link mode is to connect with other previous games and transfer the songs with other games. And I meant by imagine because the truth is everything is Japanese and I don't understand anything. The record mode is that you will see your progress during the game, both as a main game as in diary mode, and also you can write your progress keeping a small diary on the diary mode. It's cool. Option mode is the option menu from the game. This opens up for other subcategories such as sound options, controller settings, memory card, game option, graphic option, diary option, and the exit, obviously. In the sound option is the sound as such. If you want to be in mono or stereo, the voices are the booing, the clapping, and the comments from that voice that says that you are doing a good job.
I can see a dream in your dance.
You can turn it on and off. And time, well, how much you want to repeat itself, if you want to be frequent or not. In the control option, there is a vibration of the control. If you have another control connected to double game, it will be available. The double game option, if you want to combine control 1 with control 2, and thus you could play the double games without having to obtain another control and hand. In reality, it didn't work, so I don't have idea of what this option is really. And the game dance settings, which is simply turning controller 1 and controller 2 to turn on or off. In the memory card option, it will be save or load the game. There is also the option of auto-saving, if you want to activate it or not, and use the song edits or not. It also has support to add songs if you have the Dance Dance Revolution 4 mix game or the Dance Dance Revolution Extra Mix. The game options have several types of options that can be interesting when playing the game. We have first the game level. This is based on how flexible the game can be when it comes to stepping errors. If you put a level 1, it will be very rare to have a game over, since it punishes the player very little and rewards the player with few combos. But if you put a level 8, the most difficult one, it will end your game before you know it. The maximum stage is that you will put how many songs you want to have before they end the game, either to 3 to 5 songs. The time limit will be turned on or off if you want to put pressure on your song selections, or else there will be no time limit. I think this option was made for indecisive people, although it's more of an option for all arcade games. We have the game over option. If it's in arcade mode, until you finish the stages, the game will be over and you will return to the main menu. But if it's disabled, every time a song is finished, it's game over and the game will kick you out, back to the main menu. And finally, in the event mode, where you decide if you want to turn on or off. Events are the long songs of the game. During the game, normally for example, you have 3 songs option, in the second song will bring up the event song. These songs counts as 2 songs, making you only play 2 songs. But since they are longer than the usual song, it's a good balance because one can get really tired if you play on the mat. Also in this mode, I will call it as the infinite loop. When you finish all the stages from the game, you will decide if you want to continue playing or quit the game. I think it's a good option if you don't want to bother go back to the main menu and selecting everything all over again just to practice a song you like. The game graphics option has several options too. The effects and brightness from BG, aka background. These are the backgrounds that from time to time a song puts you in the game. The danger display is how your screen shows when it's below 10% of the bar. The colors of the steps are the arrows. You decide how it looks and if you want the character to show up in the game or not during the session of the song. And in the die option, if you want to be more free at your pace of losing weight or not. The gallery mode is pictures that will be unlocked as you progress through the game records, such as unlocking new songs and getting scores of all songs, of all difficulties, viewing different types of arts and records from the franchise. And finally, in the information option, it will be what song you have unlocked. during your game, showing you the albums of the songs. This game offered many things despite the fact that it was just another arcade game, but in the comfort of your home. Too bad this game only came out in Japan though. Imagine having a set of mats to invite your friends to play in one afternoon. It must have been a unique experience back then. This game you can download and emulate it. And that will be all. Thank you so much for watching the video. Give it a like, subscribe, and comment. I want you to know if the mats I see online are legit or not. For the computer, either way, considering that Windows 10 has quite a few bugs with all software compatibility. And see you next time. Bye!